Does life sometimes feel like you're living on a never-ending hamster wheel? Doing lots of work, but never really going anywhere? And if it does, you're probably struggling with trying to figure out a way to jump off of it into the life that you've always wanted to live. If so, you are in the right place, because today I'm sharing the secret to jump-starting the life you want. And it is in setting and keeping 1, 3, and 5-year goals. Stay tuned for a detailed checklist to help guide you through the process. What are the odds that you are here and you are looking for the secret recipe to getting proven results to living the life of your dreams? Well, the odds are in setting 1, 3, and 5-year goals. You heard me. First, determining where you want to be and what you want your life to look like, and then creating an intentional plan for your 1-year, 3-year, and 5-year goals can help you stay focused and motivated. And who knows, at the end of 5 years, you may be the one pulling someone else off that hamster wheel. So let's get started. Do you remember when I first launched this podcast? We talked about defining your dream and creating a vision board. Well, we're about to take those notes out and get a little more detailed. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, please go back and listen to the first few episodes. Let's start out by setting a strong foundation to build these goals on. We will do that by determining your vision and your purpose. First of all, define your vision. This is where that dreaming comes in. But for the short term, what do you envision for yourself in the next 5 years? Make sure you are taking into consideration your career, your family, personal growth, and any pursuits that you may have outside of work and family. For example, within your community. When considering these things, don't forget to reflect on how you are planning to balance personal and professional goals. Now, you don't have to get too detailed or specific here. We are going to break it down a little more in a few minutes. Then, you are going to want to establish your purpose, which is also known as determining your why. This is where you will identify what drives you, what inspires you, what motivates you, and what you're passionate about. Consider how achieving these goals will impact your life and the lives of those around you. Think family, friends, and the future. Now that you've taken some time to do that, I just want to remind you, as you set your 1, 3, and 5-year goals, we are always going to practice implementing the SMART goal template. Here are what the letters stand for in case you forgot. S is for specific. Clearly define each goal in detail, being very specific about what it entails. M is for measurable. Set clear metrics with which you will be able to track your progress. A is for achievable. Ensure that your goals are realistic and attainable, considering all of your current responsibilities and resources. You want to take a risk, but you don't want to be unrealistic. Let's not go crazy now. R is for relevant. Make sure to align your goals with your current season in life and what you just determined as your long-term vision. And finally, T is for time-bound. Don't forget to set deadlines to create a sense of urgency and focus for these goals so that they don't just sit on the back burner and remain infinite dreams. This is where a lot of people go wrong. Okay, this is just a quick review. But if you want a little more detail, you can check out the bonus episode I did a while back on creating SMART goals. Okay, now we are going to start with 1-year goals. Here are some examples you may want to consider that will grow you as you begin the journey towards the life that you would like to be living. For example, personal development. Identify some new skills you want to develop or existing ones that you may want to improve, such as leadership, improving technological skills, public speaking, or just learning a new hobby. Okay, what about self-care? Commit to practices that enhance your well-being, such as regular exercise, mindfulness, or creative pursuits. Maybe getting a regular massage. Crafts is definitely one of my self-cares. Set career or academic objectives. Set goals for career advancement, such as gaining a promotion, perhaps changing careers, or pursuing further education. And you might want to add in some networking goals to help you find like-minded people locally or online to build and nurture professional connections. Now, financial goals. Budgeting and saving. Create a plan to manage your finances, to save for a major purchase, or to save towards a dream vacation. And don't forget thinking about the future with investments. So you should explore opportunities for investing or even financial planning. Let's talk health and wellness. How about your fitness? You should set achievable fitness goals, such as joining a gym, a fitness class, or pursuing running a specific distance, like a 5K, a 10K, or a marathon. You get the idea. Set some proactive health goals, schedule regular health checkups, and adopt healthier eating habits. Relationships. Strengthening bonds. Spend quality time with family and friends. Or what about building new supportive relationships? And speaking of support systems, develop or enhance your support network for personal and professional challenges. It's also very important after you create these goals to determine a way to track your progress and to set milestones. You can use tools like journals or apps to monitor your achievements and then to adjust your action steps as necessary. Now for our 3-year goals. For personal growth, now we're going to talk about a bigger stretch, focusing more on major achievements. Setting significant milestones such as learning a new language, achieving your personal dream, or reaching a high level of proficiency in a skill. Set some career milestones. Aim for key professional ones, such as leading or launching a major project, achieving a significant promotion, or maybe even starting your own business or side hustle. In your leadership goals, to develop leadership skills and seek opportunities for mentorship or coaching. Back to that financial stability, think long-term savings. Plan for significant financial goals, like purchasing a home or investing in your education. Also think about retirement planning. Begin or adjust retirement savings and your planning strategies. For your health and lifestyle, in your 3-year goals, focus on establishing and maintaining a healthy lifestyle that allow you to do and accomplish the things in the future that you're dreaming about today. Now, something that a lot of people don't give consideration to is your work-life balance. This is a good time to assess your personal life and compare it to your professional goals. Remember, one of the descriptions in setting a SMART goal was if it was relevant to this season in your life. It's really tough to pursue a promotion and parent an active family at the same time. It's not impossible, don't hear me say that, but it must be intentional. So again, focus on your goals to achieve a balance between professional responsibilities and personal life. Relationships. What does it look like to deepen your connections? To build and maintain meaningful relationships with loved ones, family, friends, and possibly those within your professional networks. One of my favorites, community involvement. Engage in community service or advocacy work. Again, don't forget about those milestones and metrics. You want to regularly review your progress and continue to make adjustments as needed. Be persistent in keeping track of how things are going in whichever way it works best for you. Whatever you choose, just do it. Okay, now let's move on to our 5-year goals. This will be a more long-term vision. Think of your life goals. Okay, now envision where you want to be in terms of personal fulfillment, career achievements, and your overall lifestyle. Consider the impact you want to have on your community, on your family, or within the specific field that you work in. When you're considering your career and financial success, what are your major career goals? Which substantial career milestone do you want to reach, such as an executive role maybe, entrepreneurship, or just overall industry recognition in the field of your choice? Okay, how about financial independence? Set goals towards achieving financial independence or significant milestones in financial security. And all the women in the house are saying, yes, hallelujah, let's work on that security. Which leads us to personal fulfillment. Think of life achievements such as traveling to new places, completing a personal project, or even achieving a lifelong dream. This is where you want to write that down. Previously, when we spoke about purpose on the podcast, we took a look at what it meant to leave a legacy. So this is a good time to consider that legacy that you want to build and the values that you want to pass on to the next generation or the people that are rising up after you. And consider your health and well-being. How will you strive for optimal health and well-being, including physical, mental, and emotional health? Remember to construct goals that will reflect a lifestyle that aligns with your long-term vision, moral, spiritual, and your personal values. Okay, relationships and social impact. Set intentional goals for strong relationships to maintain and nurture deep personal relationships. You can't just wish upon a star that they will maintain themselves. It takes an investment of your time and energy. What about social contributions? How will you make a meaningful impact through community service or advocacy? I am all about pouring into the lives of others, investing in the next generation, or aligning yourself with a cause that is near and dear to your heart. Again, don't forget to keep in mind your long-term tracking processes. Don't neglect developing a system for tracking your progress and revising your goals as needed. And especially remember to designate those long-term milestones to achieve by the end of 5 years. Because if you don't have a finish line to run towards, it's going to be easier to lose momentum and possibly even give up on your goal. Celebrating the big and the small wins will encourage you to continue to pursue your goals and possibly set even more. That's what works for me. And this is what true growth looks like. And stay tuned for an upcoming podcast that I'm going to do on developing strategies for tracking this progress and for reassessing those goals. Okay, now, as a disclaimer, I was just throwing out some broad suggestions that are pretty commonplace for most people as a jumping off point for you to get more specific in setting your goals. Please do not feel like you have to set goals in every single area that I just listed. Talk about overwhelming. These suggestions were just to get your wheels turning, for you to come up with the areas of your life that you want to create goals for on your own. Okay, ready, set, action plan. Just as important as creating specific SMART goals is being very diligent in setting up an action plan to follow up those goals with. A pro tip is that I also utilize the SMART format when creating my action steps to be super clear and detailed. First, you will want to break down the goals that you have chosen. Divide each goal into manageable steps and create an actionable plan for achieving them, which looks like specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Remember? There goes those SMART goals. Then you'll want to create a timeline. Develop a timeline for short-term actions and long-term milestones. You really want to aim for getting a quick win on each of your goals. This will keep you motivated to move forward on the next step and the next, etc., etc. And the next thing you know, you will be hitting that milestone marker. Okay, let's take a little wisdom from the Bible. In Luke chapter 14, verse 28, it warns us, "For which of you, desiring to build a tower, does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it?" Which is a reminder to us that we are going to want to identify the resources needed for each goal, such as time, support from our friends and family, or even if there is any financial investment for the goal. Again, finally, don't forget to consistently monitor and adjust your goals by regularly reviewing your progress monthly or quarterly. Celebrate your successes and adjust your goals as necessary based on any new insights that you may have had or learned, or if there have been any changes in your current circumstances, like a change of job or an addition to your family, or you're a newlywed, or if you've lost a spouse. Because just to be totally transparent here, rarely will everything always go according to plan. This is why it's so important for you to constantly review how things are going to prevent discouragement later down the road. Which is why not only is it important to reflect on your achievements and celebrate your successes, but also to reflect on your setbacks and what you've learned from them along the way, which can help you identify your areas for growth. Well, beautiful dreamer, I know this has been a daunting task, but it should also be so exciting simply because you are listening to this podcast today and you're dreaming of what your life truly could look like. You are actually taking the first step towards the life that you were created to live. So I hope this gave you something that will help you start to jump off of that hamster wheel of life. And what are the odds that you will begin creating your very own 1, 3, and 5-year goals this week? I would love to hear what they are in the comments below. And again, if this has encouraged you, if it's inspired you and you've learned anything from this podcast, please subscribe, share it with a friend so they can grow their life as well. Because life is too short to waste it on not doing what you were created to do. I want to come alongside you to help you find your purpose and your plan, because I truly believe that happily ever after isn't a lie.